Troy. I'm a sad artist who's just graduated with a BFA in animation, and I don't know really what I want to do with my life, so I've been desperately trying to find a job, which has of course turned me to freelance work. I like the idea of freelance because you don't have to be committed to one certain style. You get to make your own hours, your own pay, you get to pick and choose what clients you have. However, the problem is that when you're starting out, you don't exactly have any clients. That's kind of the issue I've got right now. So to ease my stress and to make my family stop asking me questions, I've been applying to jobs online. As some of you are probably familiar with, when applying to jobs online, it's difficult to avoid certain sites like tartai.ai, Indeed.com, other various job-seeking sites that act as a platform for other smaller companies to post job listings. Well, actually, it doesn't need to be a small company. It could really be McDonald's or anybody. These kinds of sites help connect you with various companies. Sometimes it's via your zip code or it's via what you're actually looking to do for work. Sooner or later, you'll find a job you're interested in. Head over to one of these handy-dandy sites. Give them your email address because they force you to sign up to use the site. Then they sell your email address, and then you get your inbox flooded with dozens of job search related messages daily. So through this similar process is how I found a little site called Upwork.com. It's a site for connecting freelancers with clients and vice versa. Similar to Fiverr.com, freelancers can post what jobs they're available to do. They can advertise their work to clients, whether it's editing for film and writing, or even book illustration or film animation. Unlike Fiverr, as far as I'm aware, Fiverr also allows clients to post job listings, complete with descriptions on what the job is about, the estimated time that their project will take to complete, the budget that they have for the project, or the hourly pay. They can also include photo references and links that automatically download files onto your computer. I don't know about you, but nothing gets me more excited than clicking on a link, thinking it'll open an image, and having an extractable file download onto my computer. I first joined Upwork because I was interested in a particular job listing that was to do some kind of book cover illustration. The process took me about 2 hours and ended in me crying. That's a story for later in the video. I've since applied to 4 jobs and heard back from none of them, but it's only been a day, so that could just be me. I made a job post to advertise myself as a character illustrator. Like Fiverr, Upwork asks you to give clients 3 tiers of your product that they can buy, which I think is so stupid. I don't know why sites do this. You can also give them the option of buying additional benefits, such as commercial use, quicker delivery, or additional revisions. 24 hours later and my listing is still under revision, which I find extremely interesting, considering how poorly revised the job descriptions that the clients are posting are. Let me give you an idea of what it's like to be a freelancer on this site. Looking for animator illustrator for kids video. Hi, I'm looking for someone to make cartoon animation for kids, around 5 minutes or so. Finding Nemo is an example of what I need. Please share examples. Estimated budget, $10. Let's see, I want to look up and see just how realistic this person's budget is. Okay, so Finding Nemo. How much did Finding Nemo cost to produce? Oh, looks like the budget was 94 million US dollars. Interesting. And it was 1 hour and 40 minutes long. So let's see, that's 100 minutes divided by 94 million. That's around $940,000 a minute. Okay, yeah, so I'd say $10 just about covers that, especially for an entry-level animator, which of course all the people working on Finding Nemo were. They were entry-level animators. Oh, but I'm going too harsh on this one person. Let's look at the next listing that I can find. NFT artist for 2,500 characters. Alright, so they want me, the artist, to create 2,500 characters. Got it. Looking for an NFT artist to create 2,500 characters, perhaps similar to V characters. These will support the health and wellness, autism, autoimmune, neurodiversity areas and promote fun activities and hobbies for those in these communities. See, it's for a good cause, so at least there's that. Hourly rate, oh, $5 to $6. Okay, so you're telling me that you want me, the artist, to work for 5 to 6 hours to create 2,500 characters for you, the client to sell as NFTs and make potentially thousands of dollars? Yeah, that seems pretty fair to me. That seems like a good deal. Some of these projects have budgets that are not low enough to be funny, only insulting. Like this one we have here, illustrator needed to color a 10-page children's book in the exact style I have attached samples of. This project requires an illustrator who can exactly bring out the style of the incoming book with already defined characters and scenes. And okay, 10 pages, that's alright. Their budget, 120. Seems like a lot, but that's only, what, $12 a page, and you want it colored. Let's see what this image is that they want posted as an example. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I think that's really fair to ask an artist to draw the background along with 3, perhaps more figures that are fully painted and fleshed out. Yeah, that $12 seems about right for this one, I'd say. Honestly, I could give you guys a whole video full of jobs that are so underpaid. I'm not sure if it's hilarious or insulting, but I'm just gonna move on for now. Honestly, what's even more upsetting about this site is the jobs that have descriptions that sound legit, and you click on them and you're reading through them and you're about to reply, and then you find out that there's either malware hidden in the links or the actual job is thinly veiled propaganda of some sort, usually religious. It's fine if you're being upfront about wanting to promote God in your religion. It's just really weird when you're not upfront about it and you're trying to hide it behind your description that makes you sound like you're a legit medical or scientifically proved psychology related employer. That's so confusing. I'm just gonna have to tell you what happened. So this morning I was really excited because I found this gig that I actually wanted to apply for, which as you've seen is pretty rare on this site, and they had this job description that sounded really good. They said they wanted 22 modern illustrations. They said they wanted it in a certain style. They attached the reference images. And they said they wanted these illustrations to reflect the psychological processes. Our audience are students 16 to 25 years who study psychology and philosophy, and other people who would like to know more about their mind and mental capabilities. Okay, so their audience are students, high school to college. They also add, below you will find a file with a description of each mental function which should represent each illustration. We'll provide direction on the concept for each illustration, which is great. You know, they're giving you exactly what they want from you before you even get the job. That's super handy. Too bad I didn't click that before I jumped into making a mock-up for them. I also wanted to apply for this job because they said if you use characters in the illustrations, please put a different gender and race, young people. Positive vibes only. And I was like, peace, positive, they want diversity, that sounds great, I want to work for these people. So I made a mock-up of 2 designs that I actually really like and I'm probably going to use in my portfolio. I did an illustration for anxious attachment and avoidant attachment types. I probably worked on this for about an hour before I was ready to apply, and that's when I decided that I should actually read the file that they had in the description, which was one I had to download, by the way. I opened this file and oh dear God, I didn't illustrate any of this. Oops, I probably should have read this before I made the illustrations, right? Oh well, maybe I can just show them it as a mock-up anyway and they'll just like the style. And oh dear, what is experiencing and understanding emotions? I experience my emotions, always interrelated with my other mental functions. I can learn to understand my emotions for life support to grow and develop my personality. Huh. That's weird. I thought I kind of had a grasp on psychology, but I must be dumb because I don't know what this means. Maybe I'll read another one. Let's see. This one mentions gender. Okay. Inner gender polarity, animus, anima. I need to integrate and develop consciously my inner gender polarity, my animus or my anima, to achieve my fulfillment as female human being or as male human being. But I'm non-binary. Yes, I am going to find an excuse to mention that in every video because I'm non-binary and people can't tell because I'm obviously very femme. Maybe I can just tell them that male and female is kind of out of date when it comes to being the exclusive gender identities. Let's just keep reading. Number 12, spiritual intelligence, dreams. The spiritual intelligence that creates the dreams is the spirit of God in the human. Oh man, is this that thinly veiled religious propaganda Troy was talking about? The one that's trying to pass as real psychology but is just weird pseudoscience? And then there's this other scammy problem that I've come across. I'm not sure exactly what the scam is, only that there is one. I think this is the 3rd or 4th job that I've seen that's similar to this, so I'm just gonna read this one that I found. Illustrator for children's book. We're looking for a highly organized individual. That's me! With a problem solver's mindset. That's also me! Looking for a creative illustrator with experience drawing multicultural illustrations for a children's book. Hey, I can do that. I love drawing everybody. If interested, please submit a work sample featuring black characters. I can do that. I already have them ready. I also require a paid test drawing in which I'll specify what I want the character to look like. That sounds awesome. See, this client says, I want to make sure that you can fulfill what I need, so I'm going to pay you to do a test drawing for me. But I'm gonna pay you! I'm not gonna ask you for free art. This is great. This is really promising. I like this. The job consists of 16 2-page spreads, blah 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 blah. Doing an hourly price. What's the hourly price? $24 to $40. Hey, that's within my asking price. That is so great. But then there's just this one thing. Before sending proposals, must read detailed job description by clicking job description section at the given webpage. And then there's a suspicious link. It's suspicious. Let's click it! Oh. Okay, this looks really legit. Yeah, neither of these buttons do anything. Doesn't scroll anywhere. I have a feeling that I'm actually lucky these buttons don't do anything, because this looks really fucking suspicious. Why can't I say suspicious? Oh my god. HVAC shoppers. Okay, let's see what this is, guys. Cool, yeah, so we're gonna ignore that job description. I just don't know why this is so suspicious. Like, it sounds so good. Did they steal the description from someone else? It says they have 3 open jobs. Can I see what the other jobs are? React engineer, Salesforce administrator. See, these are just random jobs. Like, this person isn't looking for something specific from a specific genre. Like, they're just trying to appeal to as many people as possible because they want as many people possible to click that suspicious link, which I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it's suspicious. I really feel like they stole this description from like a legitimate client who was looking for someone to do multicultural illustrations for their children's book. So even though I'm sure that there's clients who are genuinely interested in working with freelancers, this site as a whole just makes me feel grossly unsafe. It feels like it's really poorly monitored in terms of who can work as a client. It's like a breeding ground for scams. I don't even know what it looks like from the client's point of view. For all I know, as a client, it looks like all of us freelancers are scams too. I just feel like everyone on this site wants to take advantage of me to the point where I don't even trust people who look like actual legit companies. Like, I applied for a small but recognizable business, and I applied for their job because I really wanted the position, but I just went to their site and found their email so I could ask them if they actually uploaded a job listing on Upwork, because I don't believe it's them! Literally anyone can claim to be any company because they don't require clients to publicly show their identity. And I don't know what the screening process is for the clients. I was thinking of making a second account just so I could say I was a client, just so I could see what the screening process was like. But I'm too lazy. You can go do that yourself, can't you? The identity verification on this site, which doesn't seem to apply to the clients, is why, going back to the beginning of this video, I was crying during the application process because, surprise, you're forced to verify your identity with your driver's license, and then they make you publicly go by your legal name. Granted, it is just the first name and then the first initial of your last name, but as someone who, I've already mentioned, is non-binary, I have changed my name. It is my dead name that they're asking me to go by, and that makes me grossly uncomfortable, and it says in their terms of service they will not allow you to go by any other name because it's not legal, which doesn't make sense to me, but it made me so mad. I was crying. I almost quit the site right then and there. My dead name is unique, so even though it's only my first name, it's very searchable. So let's say if, I don't know, I had a stalker or something and they wanted to find me and they found me through this site, What if, I don't know, you are a trans person and you're using a different name? What if you just don't want to go by that name because you want to present yourself as a business and not as a person? I really don't understand this policy, especially because it only applies to the freelancers. Like I said, the clients get a free pass. You don't know what their name is. You don't know what business that they are. You don't get a picture of them. They don't get a profile that you can see the details of. The only verification that this site checks off for the clients is whether their payment is verified or not, which I don't even know what that means. Does that mean they like signed into their PayPal? Is that how you verify your payment? So I know it's just to be expected for sites like this that they take a percentage of your pay. For this site, the percentage they take from your pay is 20% of what you were earning. And then I think the price goes down if the client you're working with reaches over a certain amount. Like if they pay you $500, then you only pay the site 10% of that. So that's annoying but not unheard of. What does annoy me is that in order to apply for a job, you have to pay to submit a proposal. There's a currency on the site called Connects, and you have the option to bid for the job listing using Connects, and I think it's like the more you bid, the higher on their inbox you show up. It's so dumb. But what isn't optional is you have to pay anywhere from 1 to 6 Connects to even apply for a job. Remember when we were applying for colleges and we all had to pay like $60 to submit an application to a college that we weren't even sure that we were gonna get into? Well, imagine if you had to pay every time you applied for a job. Now you don't have to with Upwork.com. Sure, the connections only cost 15 cents each, but it's just more the principle of having to pay to get a job that pisses me off. The last thing I want to cover is more speculation than anything. I'm not sure how easy it is for you to get ripped off by your client. Upwork says that in cases of the client refusing to pay you, they will protect you. But in order to be paid, the client has to approve your work after you've already sent the final draft. I hate it. As a freelancer, I am always paid up front and I'm paid in full, and my customers trust that I'll produce them, mostly because they know me personally because they're friends and family. But in other cases too, with internet strangers, I'm paid up front. I totally understand why this is the site policy. They want to protect the clients as well as the freelancers. I get it, but I hate it. Thank you guys for watching. That's my conclusion on why Upwork sucks and why I don't trust it at all. Please leave a comment if you've worked on this site, whether as a client or a freelancer. I want to know what everyone's experience is. Or leave a comment if you agree that it's fishy AF, or you think it's totally legit and I'm just, I don't know, being over dramatic or something. Like I said, I have not gotten in contact with any clients during this process, so if I do, I'll be sure to update you. You can follow me on any of my social medias. I post the most on my NSFW Twitter, but I also post on my Instagram, my TikTok sometimes, and you can even follow me on my DeviantArt or my ArtStation, which are portfolio sites and places where I sometimes post adopts that you can buy. I'll see you next time. Bye!